So it's Shark Week, and I'm doing a fun collab with Mixed Media Girl. So hang on tight and watch my part of it, where I take her amazing paintings and add a little tooth to it. See you soon. So here's a better look of what I get to work with. How fun is that? All right, Marcy, I hope I don't let you down. Better get busy, Shark Week's around the corner. Hey everyone. So I'm doing a collab with Marcy, Mixed Media Girl, and she sent me these, and they're amazing. We're doing a piece for Shark Week. So she did her part, and now I get to paint the sharks. So that's the plan for this guy here. Figured to be a nice little thing with the burst of light in there, and hopefully I can pull that off and make it look like the light's coming in from behind it. And then that's the plan for this guy. So of course, we got Shark Week on the TV for inspiration. Of course, there we go. Now some sharks are showing. Anyway, I'm gonna get busy with this guy. I may have this as 2 videos. I don't know, like 1 painting per video. We'll just play it by ear, see how it works out. But I'm gonna do some painting with alcohol ink and then touch it up with some resin, and might have some water effects going over the top of it to add a little bit extra depth to it. So here we go. Okay, so let me talk you through what I've done so far. So these are the drawings that I've created for these 2 particular panels. And you can see there's some lines on there. I've just taken some carbon paper and a little bit of a ballpoint pen, put the drawing on top, put the carbon paper in between, and literally traced it out. Now, the lines are probably gonna show through the next step, I'm hoping just a little bit. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a thin coat of gesso on the sharks, so that way it gives them a little bit of opacity. Not worried about complete, but just some. And by the way, you see some little shiny lines around. So what I've done is I put a masking fluid on there, and it helps trap the alcohol ink within this boundary. So some may go over, but it tries to keep it within the zone. So what I've done is I've just made it double thick in there. Usually I would put in detailed lines, but in this case I'm going to try and see if I can paint all the detailed lines. So that's been done on both images. It's hard to see there. You can see that one a little bit better. A little bitty sharky over here. So hopefully this will work out pretty good. So onward to the next step of painting the gesso in.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing. Like night into morning, I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you like we used to. Guess I'm better off alone, never know when I'll get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days. on growing. I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you like we used to. Guess I'm better off alone, never know when I'll get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days, but I know that home's where the heart is. Home's where the heart is.
Okay, as you can see, I've got like a coat or a coat and a half of gesso. It's just enough of a base that I can do alcohol ink on. I'm debating on putting the drawing on top and adding some of those lines back in as far as guidelines and stuff. Because there's certain details, it's like you don't want to put the eye in the wrong place and things like that. So I might give this guy a little bit more time to completely dry, because I don't want to mess it up by it not being dry. So we're going to hit this again tomorrow and go from there. Later. Alright, got my inspiration going on, and I'm going to continue working on these guys. Got the lines drawn out. I even spritz it with a little bit of a UV sealant just to make sure. And I'm about to get busy. Getting a little sharky. Even the Labrador is chewing on some stuff to add to the sound effect of bone crunching. See you in a bit. Alright. Here's what these little guys look like so far. I'm going to seal them up and get them ready for resin.
These roads intersect, on each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing. Like night into morning, I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you like we used to. Guess I'm better off alone, never know when I'll get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days, but I know that home's where the heart is. these roads intersect. On each one I reflect. These lines write my story. These places change me, each one replacing, like night into morning. I miss the open air, the going anywhere, riding with you, like we used to. Guess I'm better off alone, never know when I'll get home, but I know that home's where the heart is. Guess I'm better off this way, moving to better days, but I know that home's where the heart is. Home's where the heart is.
All right, the resist has been peeled off. So everything has a nice clean edge to it. Next step, some resin. Maybe do some little extra white lines to help with that watery effect. I'm still debating on whether or not to add some transparent colors, but might be in a moment thing. Later. Hey everyone, so we're gonna get started with resining these guys, and I've got a combination of colors. I've got some purple blingant to add just a little bit of iridescent to the water. Not sure how I'm going to work with this. I've got this is a dark turquoise by Color Obsession, and you can see by the sides it's transparent. So I'm hoping to have some color washing across it, so it looks like they're in the water. I've also got some blue here too, and combination of both of those. And I have to work with those carefully because I'm just not sure how they're going to respond. I may try a smaller area like in here and see how that works. The other thing, I've got some a white paste, and this is a Res white paste just to add a little bit of a water line to it. In this particular case, I may try and mimic a little bit of the circular pattern that's already kind of going on here. So we'll see how this works. And here we go. So we're doing the resin now, and I'm using my go-to resin. This is Stone Coat Countertops Art Coat, and it's my fave. It always makes me very happy with the results. Can't recommend it enough. So it's a 1-to-1 ratio. In other words, mix equal parts of A and B. Mix for 3 minutes, scraping sides, bottoms, utensil, and you're ready to go and start adding your colors. I'm excited about this. So I've got a dark turquoise, a deep blue. I'll have to check in just a second. I'm scraping off my hands right now with all that resin. Bermuda blue and dark turquoise from Color Obsession. I've got those mixed up, and they're a transparent color. And I've got some white paste and a little bit of Bling It from Color Art, which is an interference type of a glitter. So I thought I'd add a little bit of sparkle to it to play with the water going over the sharks. So wanted to add some more ocean to it, but I wanted it transparent so you could see the background, but not color over the entire thing. So just some areas have it. So I'm gonna she's kind of got a lot of motion this direction and then motion going down in here. So I'm gonna try and work with that. At least that's the general thinking. I guess I should torch that clear. This will add just a little bit of a subtle sparkle in here to kind of give it the little sunburst that happened underwater. And I run my fingers through it so it breaks up the very precise lines and makes them a little bit more irregular. All right, well, let's do some blue. And this is the blue. It's a very nice deep blue. You can see by the sides of the cup how it's transparent. So I want the shark to show and the painting to show, but I also want to add a little bit of water going over the shark as well. So I'm probably going to do very similar to what I did with the glitter, where I'm rubbing it with my hand to kind of blend in the colors a bit. And what this also does is it pushes these little guys into the background just a little bit more. Now I'm going to do the same thing like I did with the glitter, soften the lines up. And I don't mind that there's a lot more blue with these little guys because it really does push them back as far as in the distance. I kind of did them darker also for that same effect. All right. That'll work. Clean up my hands a second. Give it a quickie torch, and then I am going to apply some white. Give it kind of a ripply look in it, and I'm happy with that. All right. I'll do little light bits over here. Whoops. And I'm going to do some thicker ones over this shark because he looks like he's a little bit more on the surface. Move it down just a little bit. I'm going to do what I did with the last one and add some clear in here. It's kind of a sneaky way of getting the background to pop through by adding some clear. And you can almost kind of mimic cells too. I'll show you what I mean. I'm putting a drop in there, it kind of cuts through it just a little bit. But what's hard to do is to control it, meaning tiny dots and big dots, kind of hard to control. Put a couple. Come on, drop. It also quickly brings in some dimension. Oops. Let's see if I can make that look a little bit more intentional here. All right, are we done? I don't know. If you move your stick quickly, you get a smooth line. If you move it slow, you'll get that wiggle kind of an effect. Now, if you want the wiggle, then go ahead and go slow. But if you want it smooth, you need to move it a little faster. All right, let's do a couple over here. All right. I think we're good. And let me give it a quickie look and see if I get any hairs. Because, yep, there's always a hair, right? Hey, I got it first time. Oh. And one right there. All right, quickie torch, and I'll bring you in for a close-up. Use my fingers a little bit. All right. Overhead shot. All right, Marcy, I hope I didn't cover up your piece too much. And as Marcy starts, we'll start at the bottom right. And you see how just adding those little clear bits of resin, you can go, it goes all the way down to Marcy's painting. Instant depth. So you get a little twinkle every so often. I might have to do another flick coat on this just to give it a nice pretty look to it. But you see how just adding that little bit of color with this guy here really pushes him to the background in the darker colors that I used. Whereas this guy is nice and bright, so he really pops up forward. So this was fun. Marcy, we're gonna have to do another one. I don't know, I'll put my brain on it. Later. All right, let's bring you guys in for a close-up. So I want to show some turbulence. And had some fun with some clear dots at the end, just to add a little bit more of a watery kind of look to it. Now, usually sharks are like kind of creatures that disappear when you look down into the water. So I wanted to give a little bit of a, you know, am I seeing something kind of look? Am I not seeing something? So, Shark Week painting number 1, done. So if you liked my Shark Week painting with Marcy, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, but more importantly, hit the bell down below. And check out the description down below, as I'll leave Marcy's link for her background paintings. This was a fun collab, and I encourage you guys to try it too. See you later.